again. So, since even ignoring wind chill, it's not even supposed to get close to freezing for another day or so, there's nobody out to make the pups go crazy. So you get another view of my to-be-read bookcase, which is why it's kind of all over the place instead of nice alphabetical order. So, last week I introduced y'all to James Rawlins' normal thriller writer, switching to a little bit of fantasy. This week, we're going to up that a little bit and go paranormal. There is some background romance going on, which I know I said I didn't like, but it doesn't drive the plot here, so it's more their dynamic that kind of pushes things along, so it's okay. Though, to be warned, this is not the first book in the series. It stands well on its own. You don't have to read the others to understand what's going on, but you will miss some of the character development. So if that's the kind of thing that bugs y'all, skip a little bit ahead while I break down, how that comes about, or read the first few, and then, you can come back to this review and see if we agree. Personally, that it doesn't bother me. I don't like to spend a lot of money on an author that I might not like, so I generally go to the library or thrift store or Goodreads and get, win a giveaway now and then to try a new author. So I'm used to not starting on the first book of a series, so I love it when they can stand alone. But if that's not your cup of tea, you can get barked at by my puppy, who's not pleased about something apparently, just to prove me wrong. So I'll give you a minute to decide how you feel about that. Skip ahead a little bit, but today we will be talking about Anita Blake's series from Laurell K. Hamilton, the 6th installment, which is The Killing Dance, that we have here. Awesome. So, for this one, our main players are, of course, Anita Blake, who is an animator. And I don't mean like the awesome people that created Little Mermaid or Merida. No, in Anita Blake's world, animator is somebody who raises zombies for a living. But as we find out early on, she actually is a full-fledged necromancer. So it's not just a zombie she can control, it's anything dead. And there's her two boyfriends, the vampire Jean-Claude, who I don't get the appeal, but hey, some folks think the guys on the romance covers are hot, and that's pretty much what he is. And then we have our werewolf, Richard, who's, one of the, he's a nice guy because he doesn't claim that. He's called that by her repeatedly. So, and we've got, the whole, basically she says she's in love with Richard, but she has to date Jean-Claude because he blackmailed her and said he would kill her boyfriend if she didn't also date him, who she'll of course fall in love with, because who could resist a long-haired, even pastier than me between my freckles vampire, who's, centuries old and never been told no, supposedly. No ego there at all, obviously. So we've got that going on. And the main thing here is apparently somebody's really ticked and wants to off Anita. There's a hit out on her, as she finds out at a dinner party at one of her friends' houses. And this is where this does not get 5 stars from me. Because Anita she's awesome. I love a nice, strong woman instead of just, it's always the guy saving the day. No. She is known as the executioner for a reason. But I don't know if Laurell K. Hamilton was trying to put some reality into this and bring in some Napoleon syndrome and, the cliche chicks kind of, occasionally we do overreact. We get a little ticked off more than we should. So if you use that for your own gain, you're digging your own hole. Just because a chick said it doesn't mean you can use that in an argument with your girlfriend and win. Bad idea, fellas. So she's at this dinner party, she's with her boyfriend, and finds out somebody's got a contract out on her. So, being sensible, she doesn't want to, risk her friend or even, some of the guests that she doesn't like, and decides to leave. And here's where she ticks me off the first time. Makes me want to smack her up. They go to leave, and her werewolf boyfriend, who's, a good foot taller than her, pretty much 5 foot nothing self, and, a werewolf, is much faster than her, gets to the car first and opens the door for her. You think, hey, great, not only is that just the basic decency, but good tactical move. Hey, now you can dive in and get the heck out of there. No, she gets mad that how dare he open the door for her, like, she's a chick and can't possibly figure out how her door works or not break a nail. Really? You're supposed to be badass, everyone terrified of you, murder, and you're upset because your boyfriend opened the car door for you. Yeah, you don't need to be smacked for that. And this is not a new, oops, the author was having an off day and somehow the editor didn't catch it. No, this is part of her personality that they will mention on multiple occasions. That she is very strong and doesn't like people opening doors for her. So, yeah. So she, makes a run for it. They go back to her apartment because nobody loads all their weapons in a bug-out bag when they think they're going to a dinner party with their boyfriend. Just not, something you would think to do, even as, a necromancer. So they go to her place to get her stuff, and she ends up in a shootout and restrained by the cops for all and trying to explain why there's a dead body in her apartment. And after they leave this, this is why this is not 5 stars. She loads up tons of gym bags full of clothes and every weapon and spare piece of ammo she can, she has in all of these huge gym bags that are just stuffed to the gills. Now, normally, you'd be grateful somebody carrying a bag for you. So, hey, if somebody's trying to kill me, I can get to one of my weapons because I've got a free hand. Or, hey, I'm not waddling around with 6 gym bags and I can't really maneuver. No, he has to plead his case because she has apparently gotten, in one of the other earlier books, wanted to dump her boyfriend for, Richard had the audacity to be nice and try to carry a bag without permission from her. Shame on him. Again, you're supposed to be a genius and you can't maneuver and don't have your hands free because you're a big he-woman and no one can carry a bag for you. I want to smack her up again. But, she survives. They manage to make it to his place out middle of nowhere because, he's a werewolf. He needs some room to move around, some nice woods to run in. Not going to be a lot of casualties if somebody comes for her there. But they also, Richard's got his own struggles. He's not allowed to have opinions on her, but she's definitely got some opinions on him. Because he's been in a fight to become alpha of his pack, but he's too nice. He won't kill the guy that's currently alpha, and you can't take over the pack if you can't prove you're willing to kill to protect your people. Which is, her big thing is like, he's so nice. He's an idiot. He won't kill anyone, and he needs to slaughter everybody. So they repeatedly have fights over this, but he's still trying to protect her. And, her buddy, and I use that term loosely since there's this other guy, Edward, who's known by everybody else as Ted Forrester, good old boring, milquetoast guy that never done anything. Really, he's a professional assassin and monster hunter that hasn't lost a wink of sleep over the piles of bodies he's created along the way, and openly fantasizes about finding out, whether him or Anita will succeed in killing the other one first if it comes down to that. So, not really a friend, but good to have your back when somebody else is, aiming for it. So, he's in on this a little bit, and we've got her other boyfriend, Jean-Claude, that's opened a new club and wants to make an appearance and drag the girlfriend along, of course. So, gotta have some bodyguards and Edward to make sure she doesn't get whacked in the process, and they end up deciding, okay, fine, Richard's gonna once again try to be alpha and try to do things his way, or, it ain't gonna work out too well. She might step in, because as his girlfriend and nice, powerful chick, she decides she likes some of those members, and if anyone harms them, just because Richard won't, off them, she will. She's, I understand that, short little redhead that half my interests are very much boys club. I got some feisty Napoleon complex of my own. You don't mess with mine. And, she's the same way. Like, his friends, I've claimed them. You touch them, try me and I'll kill you. And she waves the gun around and lets them know who she is. And then, at the same time, she's also been known to threaten them if they don't do exactly what she says. So, kind of a little toss-up there. But since things do not go well at Richard's house, they keep having fights over, well, why don't you just slaughter these people and no one will be left to mess with them. Protect your little people that are protecting you and got your back. Just kill everyone that threatens them. Be the alpha. Gets a little exhausting all the time, so nice safe place to stay is the vampires' hideout. And at least until apparently the assassin has only given them 24 hours to whack her, or so possibly the threat will be over. So she's supposed to hide out for 24 hours. And the end is they kind of realize, the three of them work much better together. Vampire, werewolf, necromancer who can control everything. They got their little triumvirate going, which, if they solidify it, means all three can share power and be their own, really can be unstoppable alphas when you've got vampire, werewolf, and controls the dead, and really good with just weapons, knives and swords in general. Kind of powerful. Be able to take on anything. So, and they decide to make this, a real thing with rituals and body fluids and everything else that goes into that. In which case, they find out just how much of a powerful necromancer she is that she doesn't realize. And again, it's awesome and also a little annoying because she accidentally raises zombies. And of course, any irrational person is getting busted in on by a horde of zombies is going to try to kill them because, hey, zombies aren't exactly nice. She gets mad and threatens to kill the people that she just created this triumvirate to protect because how dare you kill her zombies? And, well, how dare the guys also be alphas and able to, have any say and wield some power when that was the whole point of this ritual. So we've got, a lot of power struggle going on. But it's also, it's fun. As much as, I'm kind of ragging on Anita, there's a lot of action. And I love the way the guys they cow to her and also give her crap and call her out on it. Especially Edward. The two boys, they both have the hots for her, so, it's kind of tempered. But Edward doesn't care about anybody. He's out for blood at all times. That's his only thing. It's fun. He loves it. And you can always count on her to, make an excuse for somebody needs to die. Or either somebody's out for her or she got into a fight and needs some backup. Something's gonna happen. She just is a trouble magnet. He loves it. So he's enjoying this and even found somebody even crazier than him to help out. So we've got this going on. We finally, find out who put the hit out on her. So, of course, not going to finish the book without taking care of business and getting down to either she's going to die or person that's, started all this mess is going to bite it. So, they finally have their showdown and it creates its own problems. But it's definitely fun seeing how all the guys react and just watching their kind of dynamic, how they talk to each other, how they solve problems, whether it's, sometimes it's kind of enlightening. You can kind of see yourself in that situation. Okay, I can see why they would react that way, or she's an idiot, or what idiot was, what was he thinking when he says this? But I enjoyed the action, and even when they tick me off, it's kind of fun seeing how everybody reacts and kind of seeing if that would be like, do I know somebody that acts like that? Or, oh crap, I hope I don't do that. It kind of makes you a little introspective, which, every now and then you need that. Kind of, whether you decide to do anything about it or not, it's nice to stop and see that, okay, you could grow, or dang, I'm actually pretty good compared to that. And this will definitely bring that out of you, and seeing what happens with these, three that at the start of things, she says she hates vampires. I mean, obviously she's a vampire hunter, but as she mentions, obviously she's clearly in love with him, since she had a chance to, let him die and just run off with the hot werewolf, and instead went and saved him. So you can say you hate him and won't have anything to do with him, but why'd you save his life if you don't like him and hate him that much? So everything comes to a head, and we get this nice, balance of, all right, there's a war going on with the vampires, there's a war going on between all the wares, which the werewolves are the big ones, obviously. They just have the most, notoriety, but there's rats, leopards, all kinds going on. And so we get that, and they have their power struggles going on. We find other necromancers that we don't know if they're friend or foe, what's going on with that. And it's just, there's a lot of action and a lot of just character interactions that make this very fun, and at the same time, very obnoxious, and some twists that you will not see coming. So, it's about 3 stars for me. I enjoyed it. I will probably read it again at some point, but I'm not going to run out and, oh my gosh, I have to have everything in this series, like, now, kind of a read. So, hopefully, for that, if you want to check it out, great. If that sounds like, not your thing, and you were looking at it, I'm glad to have saved you the time and the money on that one, and hopefully next time I can find you something that you really will enjoy. And in the meantime, bye! Have a great read!